Welcome back to the Daily 5 podcast. It's your host, Rainy Cage. And guess what time it is? It's time for those box office predictions. Let's talk about last weekend. I was 5 for 5 last weekend. Not only was I 5 for 5, I got pretty dang close to the actual real results. I mean, I'm some kind of savant. I need to play the lottery. I picked Spider-Man Homecoming, of course, to come out on top. I said 125 million. It made 117 million. Blew away a lot of expectations. That's what I was talking about too last weekend. I thought everybody was kind of lowballing it. I knew it was going to do pretty good. Number 2, I picked Despicable Me 3. It came in with $33 million and I guessed $30 million. Number 3 was Baby Driver. Came in with 13. I guessed 15. Number 4 was Wonder Woman. Came in at 9.8, so pretty much 10 million. And I picked 9 million. And then Transformers came in at 6.3 million, and I guessed 6 million, so I was right on target with Transformers. So overall, no big surprises for me anyways, with last weekend's top 5. This weekend, it's going to be a little trickier, especially in the 1 and 2 spot. But let's start off with my number 5. I'm going to go with Baby Driver, $9 million for Baby Driver. It only did a 30% drop. Last week, 36%, I think, was it. So I'm going to stick with that 30-ish% drop and give it $9 million. Number 4, I'm going to go with The Big Sick. This is expanding wide. It's got crazy good critical acclaim. There hasn't really been a good rom-com kind of movie in a while. I can't wait to go see it. So I'm going to pick it at number 4 with $10 million. That's a pretty high for this movie, but I think it can do it. My number 3, I'm going to go with Despicable Me 3, $16 million. Despicable Me 3 had a 53% drop last week. I'm going to go with a 50% drop, so $16 million for number 3 for Despicable Me 3. Number 2, I'm going to go with Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, I just don't think it can make enough to take on War for the Planet of the Apes. This is going to be tricky because I just don't think Spider-Man Homecoming would have such a big drop if it wasn't for War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm going to give it $50 million with a 55% drop. I could easily see it making a little bit more than that and not dropping as much. But I still think that my number 1, which is going to be War for the Planet of the Apes, will make at least $60 million, which will give it the number 1 spot. This is the interesting thing about War for the Planet of the Apes. A lot of people are really lowballing it in the tracking. I've seen like $50 million or $55 million for War for the Planet of the Apes. I feel like I'm being really conservative with 60 because if you look in the past, the first Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, it started with 54 million, and then the second one made 72 million its first weekend. So I just don't see War for the Planet of the Apes making much less than that second one. I mean, it's got huge good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody's really liking the franchise. And I know that the main thing it's got going against it is its opening against Spider-Man. If that wasn't the case, I would be saying that this was going to make over $70 million. But Spider-Man is going to eke some of its box office money, but I don't think it's going to be that much to where it's only going to make $50 million. I mean, I don't know why everybody's lowballing the movie. I think it's going to do really good. I think it's going to do at least $60 million and earn itself that first place. So that's my top 5 predictions for this weekend. Let's see what happens. You guys going to see War for the Planet of the Apes? I am. Can't wait. I'm going to go see The Big Sick too, so I'm looking forward to these movies. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.